You've seen Dirty Dancing, but did you really catch everything? Hidden beneath the romance, the electrifying dance moves, and the unforgettable soundtrack are details most fans completely missed. Some of them are shocking, from behind-the-scenes tensions that nearly derailed the film to last-minute casting changes that could have altered everything. Even the most famous scenes hold secrets that might just change the way you watch the movie forever. From the heated tension between Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey to the real reason behind that unexpected giggle in the Loverboy scene, we're uncovering what you didn't see. The secrets, the struggles, and the untold stories behind Dirty Dancing's most iconic moments. Let's dive into what you missed and why it's more shocking than you ever behind the scenes. The untamed heart of Dirty Dancing. On the surface, Dirty Dancing looks effortless. Its smooth choreography, sizzling chemistry between Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey, and unforgettable dance sequences feel like pure magic. But in reality, much of what audiences fell in love with was never part of the plan. Many of the film's most iconic moments were improvised, with Swayze and Grey pushing the boundaries of their performances. Instead of rigid choreography, the actors relied on instinct, which made their interactions feel authentic and unscripted. While their movements on screen suggested deep intimacy behind the scenes, their relationship was anything but smooth. Having previously worked together in Red Dawn, Swayze and Grey already had unresolved tension that carried over onto Dirty Dancing. Their contrasting work styles only heightened the friction. Swayze, a classically trained dancer, was known for his disciplined perfectionism. Grey, on the other hand, approached things with a looser, more spontaneous energy. Their clashing work styles led to frequent disagreements, with Swayze growing frustrated over Grey's hesitation and unpredictability in certain dance scenes. Grey, in turn, found Swayze's intensity overwhelming. At one point, their friction nearly derailed production entirely. The peak of their frustration came during the Loverboy scene in Johnny's cabin, where Johnny runs his hand down Baby's arm in a slow, sensual motion. The problem? Grey could not stop laughing. Take after take, the giggles kept coming, much to Swayze's growing exasperation. While audiences now see it as an endearing moment, Swayze was anything but amused. His frustration reached a boiling point, and tensions between them became so thick you could cut it with a knife, or, in this case, a well-placed dance move. Things got so tense that Grey became hesitant to continue filming. And Swayze, yes, Patrick Swayze, the tough, effortlessly cool heartthrob, was reportedly brought to tears as he pleaded with her to push through. Ironically, the very real tension between them ended up elevating the scene. The slight annoyance on Johnny's face, the way Baby struggles to keep a straight face, completely genuine. What could have been a disaster became one of the most iconic and beloved moments in Dirty Dancing. Sometimes a little behind the scenes, chaos is exactly what makes the magic happen. But the struggles didn't stop there. Dirty Dancing was never meant to be a blockbuster. With a modest $6 million budget, the studio had little faith in the film's success. The filming schedule was grueling. The cast and crew worked exhausting 12-hour days, 6 days a week, pushing themselves to meet deadlines under strict financial constraints. Adding to the challenge, the original script was much darker and more dramatic than the final film. The tone was later rewritten to infuse more romance and lightheartedness, completely shifting the film's entire direction. Even then, the battle wasn't over. Once filming wrapped, early test screenings were disastrous. Audiences reacted poorly, showing little enthusiasm for the film, and executives were convinced the film was doomed to fail. The studio panicked, briefly considering shelving it entirely or dumping it straight to home video. From the behind-the-scenes conflicts to the grueling shooting schedule and last-minute script changes had been for nothing. But then something unexpected happened. Word of mouth exploded. audiences connected deeply with Dirty Dancing with its themes of love, self-discovery, and defying expectations. What was once dismissed as a niche project became a global sensation. Suddenly, this troubled production was rewriting cinematic history. Now let's delve into the fascinating stories behind the film's iconic casting and characters, where surprising twists and turns shape Johnny, Baby, and the rest of the unforgettable cast. The untold stories behind Dirty Dancing's iconic casting and characters. When it comes to the magic of Dirty Dancing, the film's casting and character development played just as big a role as the unforgettable dance sequences, but securing the right actors wasn't always smooth sailing. And the characters we know and love today went through several surprising changes before becoming cinematic legends. Believe it or not, Patrick Swayze wasn't the first choice to play Johnny Castle. Producers initially envisioned Billy Zane, yes, the same Billy Zane from Titanic, as their leading man. He certainly had the brooding good looks, but there was just one problem. He couldn't dance. Val Kilmer was also considered, but ultimately passed on the role, a decision that turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Then came Patrick Swayze. With his background in ballet, natural charisma, and undeniable stage presence, he quickly proved he was the perfect Johnny. His instant chemistry with Jennifer Grey sealed the deal, proving that sometimes the right role finds the right person at the perfect moment. Speaking of Jennifer Grey, she almost didn't land the role of Baby either. The studio had other actresses in mind, including a young Sarah Jessica Parker and Winona Ryder. The hesitation wasn't about her talent, but rather her age. At 26 years old, was considered too old to play a 17-year-old. But when she screen-tested with Swayze, their connection was so electric that the filmmakers couldn't deny it. She was Baby. However, just because their on-screen romance was magical, didn't mean things were always smooth off-screen. Swayze and Grey had worked together before on Red Dawn, 1984, and didn't exactly hit it off. The second time around on Dirty Dancing, Swayze, a perfectionist dancer, sometimes grew frustrated with Grey's unpredictable energy, while Grey found his intensity overwhelming. But ironically, their real-life friction that carried over onto the set of Dirty Dancing only added to the authenticity of their passionate push and pull romance on screen. While Jennifer Grey had to learn to move like a dancer, Cynthia Rhodes, who played Penny, was the real deal. A professional dancer with experience in films like Flashdance and Staying Alive, Rhodes brought effortless elegance to every dance number she performed. Interestingly, Johnny Castle's character didn't always have the cool, rugged persona that Patrick Swayze embodied. Early drafts of the script had Johnny as a slick-haired Italian-American greaser, channeling more of a 1950s rebel vibe. But after Swayze was cast, the character was rewritten to match his Texan charm and rugged athleticism. A more soulful, grounded version of Johnny, whose passion for dance wasn't just about rebellion, it was about expression, survival, and of course, romance. The last-minute casting changes didn't stop with the leads. Kelly Bishop, now famous for playing Emily Gilmore on Gilmore Girls, wasn't originally supposed to play Baby's mother. She had been cast as Vivian Pressman, the older woman with her sights set on Johnny. But when the original actress playing Mrs. Houseman dropped out, seamlessly stepped into the role, while Miranda Garrison, the film's choreographer, took on the part of Vivian. Talk about a last-minute shuffle. Another unexpected breakout star, Wayne Knight, best known as the lovable but annoying Newman on Seinfeld. Dirty Dancing gave him his big break, playing Stan, the eager-to-please MC at Kellerman's. Knight added the perfect touch of comic relief, paving the way for bigger roles, eventually leading to iconic appearances in Jurassic Park and, of course, Seinfeld. And speaking of Kellerman's, did you know that Max Kellerman, the resort owner, was based on a real person? Screenwriter Eleanor Bergstein drew inspiration from her own childhood summers spent in the Catskills, who ran a similar